Greetings. Today we're going to talk about organizing information into modules. As you start using Canvas in your teaching repertoire, it's important to make sure that instructional material you add is easily accessible by your students. And modules are a great tool for organizing your content. What this does is it provides a linear path for students to easily navigate your online content. Let's get started and let's look at some of the ways that we can do that. From your course, you can click Home or you can go into Modules. If you're a new user, click Home. If you're an older user, click Modules. That'll take you to this page. And if you haven't created anything, that's fine. To get started, up in the top corner, click Plus Module. Here we're able to give names for our modules. So we can call it Week 1 or Module 1. And we can add this. From this point, we're able to do a few different things. We can add content to that module. Now, Canvas allows a wide variety of content to be added to a module. So let's go ahead and look at some of those options first. If we click the plus icon, we can add an assignment to module 01. Now, under this drop-down bar, we can add a whole bunch of different tools. Let's look at a few different ones and see what their uses are and what they could be for your course. Let's start with Content Page. Content Page is a great place to put in instructional material. You can put in videos, you can write dialogue, or any sort of instructional material you'd want to provide to your students. So once you've selected the type of content you want to add, you click New Page and you can give that page a name. Simply click Add Item, and now it's been created. Now, of course, no content's in there, but you can go ahead and do that by selecting that content item and selecting Edit. Here, you have a whole wide variety of tools that you can use, much like a word processing, but with some interactive elements as well, including YouTube and Panopto videos. You can go ahead and put in your content here. Once you've selected your content, click Save, and it saves it for you. Go ahead back to Modules in the course navigation, and that content will be saved here. Now if we look at that piece, over to the right we see this cloud, and that icon may change in the future, but basically it allows you to publish or unpublish the material. Same with the module. I can publish or unpublish the module. So if there's something that I'm working on and it's not quite ready, I'm going to leave that unpublished until I want to publish it for the students in my class. Let's look at some of the other content items we can add. One of them is an external URL. With an external URL, I'm able to embed a website into my module structure. So for example, I want to share students a Google Doc that I created. So I already copied the link, but I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to give it a page name here, course syllabus. Now if I load in a new tab, it makes the students have to select it and then they go to it outside of Canvas. If I leave this blank, they will be able to embed it right into a Canvas page. And I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm going to click Add Item. Now if I click on this, what it does is it's taking that Google Doc that I've created and embedding it within a nice frame of Canvas. What I like about this is that the students can stay within Canvas and they don't have to go away to another website. Let's go back to modules to see some other options. I'm personally a Google guy myself, but a lot of people aren't. They prefer creating their syllabus or different course items as a file in Microsoft Word or PDF. Well, we can add that as well. So under different types of content, I can click File, New File, and then I can choose it from my hard drive. So here's a syllabus, and right here I even have a whole OER course that I can add. Here's an OER textbook that I've added to that I'm going to add. Now, that file, much like the Google Doc that I showed earlier, will embed perfectly into Canvas. It takes a little bit because it's a full textbook. But then the students can scroll through. They can interact with any links that are in this textbook. and they don't have to download it on their phone and try to read it that way. So it's a nice way of getting all that material within Canvas. So there's of course more. There's the assignments, which acts like a Dropbox for a specific assignment that you'd like students to submit. This is a great way of building out the gradebook by developing assignments, giving them weights. Now you could have the students submit via Canvas, or just use that to develop a gradebook, and then you can add the grades separately later. Let's see what one looks like. So here's the syllabus Dropbox. To add any more information like details and assignment submissions, I have to go in here, and there's a few different options. I can attach a rubric here, or I can develop a rubric right within there. I can edit this to give it some description and to give some details on what the assignment is, my expectations. Scrolling down below, I can add points. I can dictate what type of submissions are given, whether it's online, an external tool, or on paper. And if it's online, I can go ahead and have students submit specific ways. I can assign it to everybody, or I can assign it to just a few. I can select my due dates, and then I can click Save, and that will save that assignment within Canvas. Let's go back to our modules. So we've got 4 items in here. Now, I want to show you one more that I think a lot of people don't use. It's called the text header. This is one way of breaking your module into different parts. So what you do is you give that header a title, and we usually do it to break it into the modules into the different sections within the module. And I can just drag and drop it around. So I'm going to say readings. I'm going to make another one. Assignments. So now students in the class understand that these 3 are the readings, and then this is the assignment for this module. It's just kind of a nice way of breaking it up. And I've seen other faculty actually put due dates onto this text header just to give a little more information so that students quickly know what's expected of them. The last thing to look at with under module items that we can add are quizzes. Quizzes are a way to assess your students. There's a few different types of quizzes. There's a formative quiz, which is 0 points or very little points. We call those ungraded surveys or practice quizzes. And then there's more of a summative quiz, which you can attach a lot of points to and add a lot of different types of questions. So if we look at this little icon, looks like a lightning bolt with a circle around it. That's the quiz icon, so you know you have a quiz there. So this shows it's a graded quiz, and we can go ahead and change some of the details here. So here's where you can give your instructions, and then underneath, under quiz type, you have the ability to select, is it a practice quiz, a graded quiz, or even a graded or an ungraded survey. Let's just say it's a graded quiz. You have some options here. You can set a time limit. You can allow multiple attempts. You can allow students to see the correct answer once everybody has submitted their test. And like the assignment before, you can assign to specific students and give due dates. We'll go ahead and save that. Oh, I missed one thing. Let's go back. I'm going to edit that. Once we set up the parameters for the quiz, go into questions. Here's how you can add questions and different question types. So we can choose from multiple choice all the way down to essay questions and a whole lot of different options in between. Go ahead, jump in there and play around. What's kind of cool about these quizzes, you can put the question here. You can select something as the correct answer. So this is a multiple choice question. Now, if I select the correct answer, I can also give comments here. So if students choose this answer, I can give them feedback. underneath the wrong answer, I can give feedback too. So if this is kind of a low stakes assessment, we can really help students learn here by giving them specific feedback to their answers. Once we've finished up that question, make sure to click Update Question and then Save. And so now we have a test in our module, or a little quiz in our module. So let's go back, let's look at it. Here's Module 1. We have our text headers. We have some content pages. We have some websites that we link out, some documents that we've uploaded, and a couple assignments. Now you're well on your way to building your own modules. If you have any more questions, please contact eLearning. Thank you.